Hey, what's going on, friends? Welcome back to Cosmic Hypnosis. I'm Bob, a hypnotherapist, Andromedan starseed, and ET contactee. Today we're taking a look at a Q&A clip from a QHHT session recorded on October 18th, 2023, where we ask Asha of the Tall Whites, if you had one suggestion for humanity, what would it be? In this answer, Asha comes through to challenge all of us during this critical time here on Earth. We all have locked within us a very specific gift that is unique to our soul that we are here to share with the world. It's important for those of us who feel the call to stand up and to do the work. Follow that invisible thread that tugs at you, and spread your light where you best can. We each have a very small role to play in order for Earth to have the most ideal possible positive outcome. The future is always in flux. There's always a near infinite number of variables at play. It's up to all of us to be of service in our own unique way and to create a domino effect of variables that fall toward the most optimal timeline for humanity here on Earth. Here's Asha with the answer to the question, if you had one suggestion for humanity, what would it be? Enjoy.
If you had one suggestion for humanity, what would it be?
Get involved. It's not enough to ignore what is going on in your lives and to fall into routines of going to work and coming home and distracting yourself and going to bed and going to work and coming home and distracting yourself and going to bed and going to work and coming home and distracting yourself and going to bed, and then burning through time on your weekend, and then returning to work and going to work and coming home and going to bed. You are slaving away. You are giving your money to your government, who is then squandering it on warfare, where you are genociding your own people. Just because the people on the other end of the barrel of the gun are a different color than you, or a different nation than you, or a different creed than you, does not mean that they are any less human than you. You are a different color because your race is blessed with a genetic stock that is so incredibly rare that all of these groups are coming to Earth to take your people off the planet because they want access to your genetic stock. Where is the demand for your people to stop genociding your people? It does not matter where the killing occurs. You do not come together and end warfare by more warfare. The United States government is profiteering off war. These other countries are often corrupt. Wars are fought by the people. They are not fought by the elite. They are not fought by the ruling class. They are not fought by your governments. The United States government sends their men to war, their children to war. When is the last time the United States fought a just war? It was the Revolutionary War, when America gained her freedom and independence, and souls like Bob sailed across the ocean to forge a land of freedom so that Earth had a chance to stand upon her own 2 feet and move forward towards a positive timeline. But when it came to the revolution, very few people stood up to revolt. Most people sat in the pub and watched as those brave souls fought for independence. It was a small group. It does not take an entire nation to overthrow the tyranny that is occurring. It takes small voices rising up, coming together as a community and demanding change. It takes very creative, good, charismatic speakers that are often among you, good souls that may come across this tape. may so be inclined to start at a grassroots level, become a member of your local government, your school boards, your city councils, become the mayor of your city, run for governor, the House of Representatives, the Senate in America. Do so in your countries as well, if you are listening from a country abroad. It is not without the demands of the common man rising up. Where do you think these politicians come from? They are common people, oftentimes, on the surface. Some of these souls are positive, some of these souls are negative, but they have moved in a trajectory where they set themselves up to be in power. Now, years ago, you would have to take a more formal road to becoming a member of your Earth governments. We will be speaking on America here, as that is where Bob and Alysse are located, but this can happen elsewhere as well. There are some limitations in some countries, sure, but now with the rise of social media, you see politicians such as AOC and others within the Democratic Party that have risen up the ranks through social media campaigns. That is something that many creative souls that are listening to this could achieve. If you pay attention to elections within the United States, positions on a grassroots level are often separated by hundreds or mere thousands of votes. Get out and meet people and make a difference. If you look at some of the races for the Senate or Congress in the last election, some of the candidates were less than ideal, but everyone goes to the polls and says, oh, why do I have these two garbage candidates to pick from? Well, where are all the people that are positively aligned and have the best interest of their country at heart? Where are you? Stand up, make a difference. Now, with that said, we are not calling and demanding for everyone listening to do that. Everyone has different talents and different interests and different draws, and Bob enjoys writing and speaking and doing his work in his own way. And while Bob would make a great politician, that is not his life course here on Earth. But there are people who could do those things, who will do those things. We are challenging you today. Stand up. Find out how you can be part of the solution. And if you are not so inclined to run for public office, use your voice. Use your presence. There is always a way to make change and spread influence. Only the light can drive out the darkness. Are you going to be the light? Or are you going to attempt to snuff out those lights? That is a choice that we all have to make on an individual basis. Every moment of every day, in every situation, in every encounter, we all have a choice to make. We challenge you. What choice will you make? How will you make change? Complaining about it on social media is not change. Going to work, coming home, and going to bed is not enough. You can't just be a slave stuck in a system. Bob enjoyed Game of Thrones. In Game of Thrones, there is a character named Daenerys. She had everything taken from her. She was a mere child who rose up with nothing. One of her famous lines was that she did not want to recreate the wheel. She wanted to break the wheel. How will you break the wheel?
As always, a big thanks to our patrons for your ongoing support of the channel, allowing us to do this work, and to you for checking out our content. To hear more of our work, check out the various playlists here on the channel, and head over to our Patreon for the stuff that we can't release publicly on YouTube, as well as for membership tiers with discounts on your next online session with us. If you're interested in finding your purpose for incarnating on Earth, where your soul comes from, how you can best navigate your life, and hearing ideal advice by you, for you, check out the links in the description for booking an online session with Alysse or myself today. We look forward to learning and growing with you. I'll talk to you in the comments and see you in the next one.